So again, I can't tell if there are any new people in the room. My name is Erika Land. I'm an author, poet, speaker, got a couple books. I'm a U.S. Army war veteran. And when I came back from war, I was a little fucked up. No. Yeah, I was dealing with a lot when I came back from the war. And half the time I didn't even know what was wrong with me. I just knew something was wrong. And I often found myself in very suicidal states. I didn't feel like I had any self-worth at all. I'd seen a lot of things that just fractured my brain and my spirit, and I just didn't want to live. And I remember one day I was in the grocery store that was inside the hospital. And I remember everything around me just feeling still. Like it felt surreal, like things around me just weren't real. My brain was very foggy and I was sad. I was trying not to appear sad on the outside. I was dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder. And so I was always like super jumpy and just on the edge all the time. And I remember I was standing there and then this guy started screaming, "Hey, I've been looking for you. Hey, I've been looking for you." And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I had done a couple things that might have gotten me in trouble. And so I was like, oh shit, here we go. I'm about to be in trouble for something. He outranks me, so he's coming up to me and I'm going to attention. And he's like, no, relax. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. What's going on? And he's like, you don't remember me? And I'm like, no, I don't. And he was like, you don't remember me? I'm like, no. He's like, I've been looking for you for over a year. And I was like, what? You know, like I'm a broken soldier at this moment. Like, what's going on? And he was like, do you remember when you had to do that detail where you took people off the bus when we arrived from Germany? And I was like, yeah. He said, you said something to me and it saved my life. And I was looking at him and he was like, you said to me, you're home now. Everything is going to be okay. And I started thinking back, trying to remember this guy, and I couldn't remember him. On that detail, the injured soldiers would come in from Germany and they go to the Air Force base and then they'd be put on a medic bus and they'd be brought to the hospital. And my job was to collect the medication from them as a pharmacy technician. That's what my job was in the Army. I was a pharmacy technician. So they'd come in and I'd have to collect the medication and count it, make sure that no one took any of the narcotics, and get the pills up to the floor with the patient. And I would help take the patients off of the bus. And so he said I was standing there pulling him off the bus, and he was the first person that I saw, and I looked at him and I said, you're home now. Everything is going to be okay. And he told me that he repeated that sentence to himself over and over throughout his healing process. You're home now. Everything is going to be okay. You're home now. Everything is going to be okay. He said that it saved his life. And what he didn't know in that moment was that by retelling me that story, he had saved my life. I was in such a broken place of not feeling like I belonged in this world, and I had dealt with so much. I was ready to just let it all go. but I touched him. And he in return touched me, and he didn't even know it. And that's the way things go sometimes. You never know who you can impact. Thank you. Yeah, you never know. You never know who you're going to impact. And you never know how other people will impact you. And so I started shifting my mindset because I realized, okay, maybe I do have a purpose in this world. Maybe I can make a difference. Yeah, it was really monumental. I struggled a lot with my mental health, and I was causing a lot of pain, and I was receiving a lot of pain. Well, I don't want to say I was receiving a lot of pain, but I dealt with a lot of mental pain. And he told me that, and I sought help. Thank you, and I became an artist, you know? Yeah. Yes. I became an artist. And 15 years into the future, the same exact thing happened to me again at a time when I was going through a lot of turmoil trying to figure out, do I make a difference in this world? I had done a show at a university out in Texas. And it was one of the most amazing shows in my life that I had ever done as a poet. And I was performing at a college. It was like a really, really big deal to me. And at the end of that show, I was walking with my wife, Carissa, and then this middle-aged white guy ran behind us, and he was like, I really enjoyed what you did. And he stuck his hand out to shake Carissa's hand. And I was like, oh no. Oh no. I was like, does he, oh no. You know, it kind of broke me a little bit. You know, because I was like, my wife and I don't look anything alike. She has long hair, I'm almost bald, she's taller than me, I'm a little heavier than her. What is going on? And it was at a time where I didn't know if I should continue to be an artist. I didn't know if everything I was doing really made a difference. And so in that moment when he ran up to me, to Carissa, and said thank you, I was like, it just doesn't matter anymore. I'm gonna let it all go. And then fast forward about a month from then, Carissa and I had gone to church, and we went to the farmer's market that was right next to church, and it was like a great day. It was cold and it was rainy, but we were out there and we were like, maybe we don't want to catch colds. And so we decided to leave. And as we were walking away, this guy started running down the street behind us. And he was like, hey, wait, I've been looking for you. And I'm like, what? I'm like, Carissa, there's this middle-aged white guy running down the street behind us. We might want to be on alert to take off running. I was like, he's coming, just let's stand closer, but we might need to take off running. And he was like, hey, I've been looking for you. Is your name Erika? And I was like, yes. Like, what's up? Like, am I in trouble again? No, I shouldn't be right now. He said, I heard you speak at the university, and your words changed my life. I'm a veteran, and I sought help after hearing you speak. Thank you. And the trajectory of my life changed again at that moment, because I decided to not give it all up. I have been struggling for months, but I'm a believer in signs. And when he ran up and he was like, I've been looking for you, you changed my life, the rain that had been pouring down went away. It was like the cloud, this is for real, like I'm not being metaphorically, like me and Carissa were walking down the street, the rain stopped, the clouds opened up, and the sun started shining. And we were like, what the fuck? Like, this is really happening. So I turned to her and she's looking at me and we both just started crying. And she was like, well, I guess you got your answer that you need to continue to be an artist and continue to touch people. Thank you. So twice in my life, I've had people come up to me and say, I've been looking for you, and tell me how I impacted their lives at moments when I was in despair and ready to let it all go. So I'm telling you this story to just keep pushing through, because you never know how you will impact someone else. Thank you.
You got that right.